Emmerdale has teased a significant upcoming moment for Charity Dingle as she comes face-to-face with Dr Caitlin Todd once again. Fans know that Dr Todd is currently away from the village after blackmailing and sexually assaulting Charity. Although she escaped prosecution for her actions, viewers already know her story ends in tragedy after a flash-forward revealed her lifeless body. Discussing the upcoming episodes, Atkins revealed that Charity will eventually cross paths with Todd again in a powerful scene that helps her move forward. "There's a moment I can't say too much about," she explained, "but Charity comes face-to-face with Todd, and it's an incredibly important scene where she finally says what she needs to say. It's a turning point that allows her to let go." She added that, despite knowing justice may never be fully served through the legal system, Charity is able to find a sense of inner peace. Reflecting on Charity's emotional recovery, Atkins suggested that the character reaches a place of forgiveness. "Have you ever experienced that feeling where you almost forgive someone?" she said. She discovers her own version of forgiveness toward Todd. It's something she finds within herself, and that's incredibly difficult after suffering such a traumatic violation. Looking back on the storyline, Atkins praised Charity's resilience and admitted she was impressed by the scripts from the very beginning. She also hinted that future episodes will show Charity deciding she can no longer live under Todd's control. Tired of the threats and blackmail, she chooses to reveal the truth to Mack. "She's bottled everything up for so long, but eventually she reaches breaking point," Atkins said. After returning from the lake, that's when she begins telling Mack the truth, and then viewers will see what she decides to do about the remaining secret she's been carrying. When asked how Charity would react if she ever encountered Todd again, Atkins confirmed that viewers can expect an emotional confrontation. "She absolutely gets that moment with Todd," she said. "I think the audience deserves to see it after following the blackmail storyline and everything that happened between them." She continued, "People need to witness that showdown. I don't want to reveal too much, but it's a fantastic sequence." The writing was outstanding, and Caroline played the scenes brilliantly. It was a very memorable day of filming, and I believe viewers will be shocked by what happens. They'll see a form of justice and retribution unfold in a way they might not expect. Every part of that confrontation was essential to Charity's journey, and I think the audience will be satisfied with how it plays out. 9 Emmerdale spoilers for next week. Dingle's devastated by heartbreaking loss as Charity makes life-changing choice. Next week's Emmerdale brings emotional scenes for the Dingle family as they face a painful loss that leaves everyone heartbroken. Will they be able to cope with the tragedy? Meanwhile, Charity decides it's time to take control of her life after Noah shares some unexpected news. How will she respond? Elsewhere, Nicola becomes convinced Jimmy is hiding something from her. Is her suspicion justified? One Kane's adoption idea shocks Kyle. Kane tells Moira he wants her to adopt Kyle, so the teenager will always have security if anything ever happens to him. Hoping to discuss the idea together, Kane's plans change when Moira is called away to help the injured Nana Barton. Left alone with Kyle, Kane raises the subject himself, leaving the youngster completely taken aback. After seeking advice from Kerry, Kyle returns ready to reveal his decision. What will he choose? 2. The Dingles receive heartbreaking news about Monty. Just as Kyle prepares to give Kane an answer, Sam interrupts with worrying news about Monty. Rona examines the dog and sadly reveals that his tumor has spread, urging the family to start thinking about the difficult decision ahead. 3. Kane prepares to let Monty go. Struggling to accept the news, Kane feels a deep emotional connection between himself and Monty. However, after finding the loyal dog resting on Zach's grave, he realizes the time has come to say a final goodbye. 4. An emotional farewell for Monty. Kane gently explains the situation to the boys before taking Monty to the veterinary surgery. The family is left devastated as they say their final farewell. Inspired by Isaac's suggestion, the Dingles decide to honor Monty with a funeral worthy of the family. Kane delivers a heartfelt tribute as everyone comes together in grief, while finding comfort and hope in one another. 5. Noah announces his plans. Noah decides to move to Düsseldorf in search of better career opportunities, but struggles to tell Charity the truth. When he finally opens up, Charity is left deeply upset. Seeing how much the news hurts her, Noah offers to stay in the village instead. But is he sacrificing his own future to protect his mum's feelings? 6. Charity faces a difficult decision. Following Noah's announcement, Charity begins to realize she can't keep holding him back. She must decide whether to support his future, even if it means saying goodbye. 7. Jimmy's romantic gesture falls flat. Concerned that their relationship has become predictable, Jimmy arranges a date night in the hope of surprising Nicola. At first, she's pleased by the effort. Her enthusiasm quickly disappears when she discovers what he has planned. Will she agree to his unusual idea, or will it only highlight the growing problems in their marriage? 8. Nicola fears Jimmy is being unfaithful. Later, Jimmy carries his golf clubs into the cafe, but when Nicola angrily knocks them over, a jewelry box falls out. Convinced Jimmy would never buy her such a thoughtful gift, Nicola jumps to the conclusion that the jewelry must be for another woman. But who is the present really meant for? 9. Gabby is left heartbroken. Gabby is crushed after discovering that Billy shared a kiss with Dawn. Has their relationship reached breaking point, or is there still hope for reconciliation? Joe's campaign against Billy is about to become much more serious after he uncovers information that could destroy his rival. In yesterday's episode, Joe became suspicious that Caleb Milligan was keeping something from him. He arrived at the depot to warn Caleb to stay out of his relationship with Noah Dingle, and immediately questioned why Caleb backed down without a fight. Joe correctly guessed Caleb was trying to keep him away from the depot, but he had no idea the real reason was that Caleb had been secretly selling counterfeit goods. Back at home farm, Joe instructed Graham to investigate Caleb's activities. He never imagined the results would provide him with the perfect weapon in his ongoing battle against Billy Fletcher. After secretly watching events at the depot, Graham discovered that Caleb, Kerry Wyatt, and Billy were involved in selling fake car parts through the business. He reported everything back to Joe, only revealing Billy's involvement at the very end. Graham also pointed out that he could anonymously alert the police, although Billy would inevitably be caught up in the investigation. Joe quietly considered the information as he made his way back to home farm. Unaware of what was happening there, Billy and Dawn Taylor were spending time together, reflecting on their past relationship. During the conversation, Billy misread the situation and attempted to kiss Dawn. Moments later, Joe appeared behind them without either of them noticing. Because nobody heard the front door open or his footsteps, it's impossible to know exactly how much of the encounter Joe witnessed. If Joe saw Billy trying to kiss Dawn, reporting the illegal operation to the police would be an easy way to remove his rival from the picture once and for all. However, there is every chance he has something even more sinister in mind. A recently released Emmerdale trailer has already teased that Billy's life will soon be at risk, with scenes showing him lying unconscious in a pool of blood. Could Joe reject Graham's plan to send Billy to prison because he has a far more deadly form of revenge planned instead? Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1. Episodes are also available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.